Hello, everyone. It's from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It is a cloudy day today. It is trying to snow. It's just light flakes coming down. It is currently minus 17 Celsius with a wind chill factor making it feel like minus 23, which also means in Fahrenheit that is 2 degrees Fahrenheit, but feels like minus 9 due to the wind chill factor. I don't know if you guys do wind chill factors or hey, Miriam, nice to see you. If you guys do wind chill factors or humidex, but that's kind of the way we that's the way the temperature actually feels here in Manitoba. Anyway, I got I was watching Anne Lar. You do too? Okay. That's cool. I didn't know if it was universal or just something Manitoba or Canada did. Um, I was watching Anne Lar. No, I can't remember who I was watching. It was you. I was watching Miriam. Sorry. How rude. Sunday morning, I was watching Miriam, and the ladies in chat were talking about doing the scavenger hunt. And I hadn't planned on doing it this year until everybody started chatting about it. And I got all excited because, it's shiny, it's a rabbit hole, and you know the way I operate. So, anyway, no, probably not in the moon. You're right. You're right. Or on the sun or Mars. You're right. Okay, planetario. Is that better? um, so they were chatting about things that they were doing or planning on doing, themes, etc., for the scavenger hunt. And so I went down the rabbit hole. Started it Saturday. No, Sunday. Oh my goodness, my days are all running together. Hi, Sherry. Nice to see you. So I started it Sunday, and sorry, my pump's running. Um, I got a couple of prompts done Sunday, maybe 5-ish. I posted them in Meet Your Creativity and on my Instagram account. And I just counted before we started today, and I have completed 42 of the 100 things I need to hunt for, create. So, yeah, I'm doing the scavenger hunt and kind of obsessed with it again. That's fine. It's absolutely fine. I'm having fun, and that's all that matters. So, somebody had asked me if I could please do a monthly schedule for what I'm doing on my channel, and that way they could have supplies to play along with me. So, I did that, and so today is crochet flowers. We're doing flat flowers and leaves. So I just want to show you some of my other flowers that I've done. These big ones, I like to put on like the lid part for the tea cozies and stuff. Nice big flower on top. I've done these crazy wild. It was an experiment. And not sure it's a fun flower. It's just kind of like a big mess. I'm actually thinking this may end up as Goonie bird hair when I start doing my Goonie birds in 3D. These ones are cute little flowers. They are very, very tall, so you wouldn't want to be putting these inside a journal. What else have I got? What else? A big rose kind of thing. Again, you don't want to put that inside a journal. You'll never close it. But if you put them on the cover, you can always put a hidden paper clip behind. That way you can slide it onto the front cover and then do a long crocheted chain, hang some fun stuff from it, and just wrap it around the journal and wrap it around the flower. And you've got a lovely tie for it. Of course, you can also do, where is it? Somewhere in this box beside me. Little flowers like this. They're flatter, but still would take up a fair bit of room in a journal. Lovely on a cover this way. Okay, so we will also be doing leaves in this fashion. And we will be doing leaves in this style. This one actually I had seen on, I can't even remember where I saw it. But if you do them like this, you could have like a cluster of these hanging down as a tassel from your journal with little crocheted flowers on. If you are crocheting flowers, those aren't flowers, that's a flower. You know, they would look really cute with flowers on them. I don't know how well you can see that. So I'll just hold that up so you guys can see better. You know, a few little flowers, but even if you put that on the front of a cover, that would be really, really cute. But of course, you know, I like the big, beautiful, bold, but these have their places too. These ones I would put inside a journal because they're crochet cotton and they're really nice and flat. Same with the leaves. You can glue them down to a page. You can stitch them onto a pocket, back the pocket, and have just a lovely little bit of something different on it. Okay, what else have I got? I got more, but pretty much showed you the various styles. And of course, you know, these things. Hey, Pam, nice to see you. You know, if you do these out of crochet cotton, they're really nice and cute. And those two would make a lovely dangle hanging from the spine of a journal or the cover of a journal. And then I had a little crocheted butterfly. There it is. That eventually maybe we'll do these as well. Just a cute little butterfly. It's very thick because it's a double layer of yarn. You kind of do a almost like a doily, and then you fold it in half and do this stitching so that you've got the body and antennae. But these are really, really cute little butterflies. And if you use a heavier yarn, of course, they're going to be big and beautiful. So actually, that's what I did with this one. This butterfly. Of course, you know, that's the Super Saver wool. So it's a 4-ply, and I put it on a paper clip, crocheted a nice little chain, and did a little tassel-y thing on the end. And I'm using this to close a journal. So these crocheted bits, I could have done a paper, you know, one of my 2-inch circles and put it on there. I still might do that. I'm not a big fan of how loose this turned out. So I might just glue it to a piece of paper. But yeah, if you wrap it around the journal, and you just kind of have to drape it over, and it's wonderful for closing journals. So I can show you. Let's do that. Let's put it on this one. And again, like I say, you just take the paper clip, you put it on the front of a journal. The butterfly hides it. You wrap it around and around the butterfly once. And it's a nice closure. Especially if you don't have sari silk or anything. This actually works better on the journal that I designed it for or adapted it for, because it has a pocket in the middle of the front. So it actually is right in the center of that journal. Okay. So we're going to do this thing. I have no idea what this wool yarn is. It's a thinner one. I figured it would be fun to play with. This is one of the skeins that I got from a friend when her mother went into the nursing home. So there's a couple of different ways to start these little flowers. You can either do a magic ring, which I like to do, or you could, if you aren't comfortable doing magic rings, chain 3, slip stitch it together. So I'm going to write back down. So we're going to start with the let's get a marker that works. Okay, so we're either going to start with the magic ring or chain 3, slip stitch to form ring. Okay, so I will just grab a crochet hook and I'm going to do the magic ring. And again, this is a really thin. I don't have a label for it, so I'm not sure even if it's a wool or, but it's kind of fuzzy. So if I have to pull anything back, we all know that that could be a real sod to do. Okay, so I'm doing the magic ring. Now, either way you're doing it, you want to chain 1 to step up. Okay, so now we're going to do a chain 1, and we are going to do 8 single crochet in the ring, either from the chain 3 or from the magic ring. So now we're going to, oh, and it splits. Oh, goody. 8. 1. Come on, hands. We're doing this. We're doing this. We are. Try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I'm going to pull my ring tight, and I am going to do a slip stitch in the first single crochet. If you did the magic, if you did the chain 3, you are also going to slip stitch to first single crochet. So now you've got 8 stitches in your little round, right? You have just a nice little circle. So I just pulled that tight. Now what you're going to do is you are going to, we'll do one of these. Oh, that's got 5. I got a bunch of different ones here. Okay, we're going to do like this, but with 4 petals. I'll explain how to get more petals as we go. So we're going to do this. Now, because this is a magic ring, I'm going to take my tail and I'm going to go over it while I crochet. Saves from weaving in. Of course, you can also use it if you're going to be sewing it down to something. But I will leave a longer tail when I'm finished so I can use that to close it. So now we are going to chain 3. That is our step up. Now where we did that slip stitch, let's do this. Okay, so that's round 1. Now we got this round. Now we're going to chain 3. And then we are going to do 2 double crochet in first single crochet. Does that make sense to you? So where we joined it and we chained it, where we joined it and we did the chain 3, now we're going to do 2 double crochet into that first stitch. And I'm going to catch that bottom yarn. So I'm going to go over, make sure I catch the yarn from the tail. And we're going to do 2 double crochets. That's 1 yarn over and pull it off twice. Now we do another chain 3. And we go into that same stitch and we do a slip stitch. Okay, so then we have a little square petal. Hey, sounds Greek to you? Of course it does. So then you're going to have a little petal like this. Okay. I'm going to write that down. 2 double crochet, chain 3, slip slip stitch and same stitch. And we're going to do that all the way around in each of the stitches. And that's going to give us 8 petals. Because we have 8 stitches, we're going to do that 7 more times. Hey, Lisa, welcome, welcome. Okay. So now we slip stitch into the next stitch. I guess I should put that. Right? Okay. Slip stitch in next stitch. Slip stitch and same stitch, then slip stitch and next stitch, repeat around. So that's going to be 8 petals. Oh, thanks. Yeah, the butterflies. I like the way the butterflies turned out. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you guys. Okay, so we did the slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 3, 2 double crochets. Oi, dropping my yarn. And then we're going to chain 3 into the same stitch. Slip stitch, next stitch, slip stitch, chain 3, 2 double crochets. Now, if you want your flowers bigger, instead of doing double crochets, you could do treble crochets. If you want them smaller, you could do half double crochets. Just remember that your step up stitch and your step down, your step up chain and your step down chain need to be the same length as your stitch. Hey, Andrea, nice to see you. Is that an E or an F hook? That is a 7. I don't know what that is. This is a very, very fine yarn. If you were using the worsted yarn, I would use about a 5, maybe a 550. I don't know what that. I usually have a chart to. Let me grab the chart. Let me grab the chart. Let's do this. I have a chart. It's a very old chart. It's nice and yellowed. Okay, so a 550 crochet hook. 550 would be an I. A 5 would be an H. And that's what I would use if I was doing the Super Saver yarn, which I'll need to do then. So how is everybody? How are you? How are you? So again, I did 8 stitches, so I'm going to have 8 petals on this flower. If you did 6 stitches, cold. yeah. If you did 6 stitches, you would have 6 petals. If you did 5 stitches, you would have 5 petals. So you can make this flower in various ways, like for however many petals you want. Okay, so I'm going to finish this off. And again, depending on the size yarn you use whatever hook works for what you're using. If you're using crochet cotton, of course, you're going to use more like a smaller hook, a doily kind of hook. But we're just practicing here and showing how to do it. You're not used to that weather? No? You're home? Did you have an okay trip? Jean managed to get away to spend Christmas with her other grandkids. We all know how special it is celebrating with the grandkids because that's what makes Christmas. Now, when you're doing this one and you're having 8 petals, this one might be a little bit thick to put in your journal. But I don't know if you guys saw, I posted a picture on Meet Your Creativity, and it was a crocheted journal cover and had all these beautiful little flowers on it. So if you're going to do a journal cover that's covered in crocheted flowers, I think that one was removable. Do you remember? I don't remember. But it was absolutely a stunning little journal, and it was completely crocheted flowers and leaves, and absolutely, absolutely beautiful. 5 states of sand and salt off your car. Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, Miriam. Hi, Maxie. Thanks for cooking your mom's dinner. Okay, this is the last one. And again, I'm still running that magic ring thread along under my stitches that I'm doing, because I don't know about you, but sometimes it takes me a long time before I weave ends in. And that's actually funny because I have an Afghan that I made. It was, I started it over 50 years ago. It is finished, except for the ends. I don't have the ends in back to the kitchen where he belongs. Uh-huh. Cool, cool. Yeah, Ron was actually laughing. He goes, that's a nice blanket granny square Afghan, right? But, you really should weave those ends in. I said, it's 50 years. I'm not going to do it now. Okay, so you've got your slip stitch where you ended, right? Your last petal. Finish it off the way you do it. I usually do a chain stitch, snip it, pull the yarn through, and that's where I end. So then I've got this cute little flower with 8 petals. And it's a little bit ruffly, so it's not flat. Can you see that? Oh, nice. Oh, what's the yarn, maybe? Does he play with your yarn while you're doing this? Okay, so then repeat around 8 petals, and then end. So that's a very, very simple flower, right? You do your ring. You do however many single crochet stitches that you want for petals. And then in each stitch, you would slip it into it, chain 3, 2 double crochets, chain 3, slip stitch into the same ring. So that's with 8. Let's do the same one with 5, and you can see the difference. Okay, so I'm doing the magic ring, doing a chain stitch. Now I'm doing 5 petals. We're going to do 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Miriam is all ready for doing snippet rolls next Sunday. She's got her spool already. 5 single crochets, join by slip stitching in the first single crochet of the round, and then we're doing petals exactly the same way. Chain 3, 2 single crochet, no, lied, 2 double crochet in the same stitch. Well, Jean, it's the Feral Artist Group. Your guess is as good as mine. See, if you were doing a fabric snippet roll. Oh, what are you doing? I forgot to do the chain 3. I did the chain 3 and then I'm doing another stitch because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. You'll have more. If you were doing a fabric snippet roll, these little flowers would be lovely on it. Stitch them down. Ugh. Sorry, guys. I do know what I'm doing, seriously. Yarn over. Double crochet. Yarn over. Double crochet. Chain 3. Slip stitch. Next stitch. Yeah, I'm not sure if I was supposed to phone that dude about the sewing machine. Because I really want to get that in and looked at. Anybody playing along? Sherry, are you playing along? I'm doing that temperature blanket, and so far I've only had one row of a different color, and of course it was a colder color because we got down into the minus 30s that one day. But we're back to in the minus 20s with the wind chill. I was laughing with my daughter this morning. It's, another day, same color. So this is my last petal. Do the chain stitch, tuck it in, slip stitch, do the chain, cut it and pull. You're just avoiding all the other things you need to do. Jean and I are watercoloring on Friday. She sent me a very cute picture that we're going to be trying out. So there's one with 5 petals. So you can see the difference. The more petals, it's different. It's different. That's all. Okay. So now you could do that with 6 petals, with 5 petals. I've done it with 4 petals. But it's just, very, very simple. Now we're going to do the same kind of thing, but instead of doing double crochets, we're going to do something different. This is the way we always start, right? Magic ring. And chain 1. And how many petals do I want to do? Let's do 5 again. So I'll do 5 single crochets in the loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is just a variation on what we just did. We're going to pull that tight. Slip stitch into the first single crochet. We're going to chain 3. Now we're going to do the double crochets, but instead of taking them off singly, we're going to take the 2 double crochets off together. So we're going to go yarn over, pull up a loop, take 2 off, yarn over, pull up a loop, take 2 off. Now we have 3 on the hook. We're going to go through all 3. Now we're going to do a picot. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and go back into the stitch that we just did, where we started that picot. Really, I am honest. Come on. Why are we not playing nice? Where are we? We're going to do a slip stitch to make the picot. Now we're going to chain 3, and we're going to go back into the same stitch that we started in and do a slip stitch. So it's the same kind of thing. We're doing a petal, except we're doing a little bit of a cluster with a picot on top. So it's different than these flat petals, obviously. And we're going to do that all the way around. So we're going to single crochet in the next stitch. We're going to chain 3, do a double crochet, well, half of a double crochet, right? So you're only going through 1 loop. Second one, same thing, through one of the loops, 3 loops on the hook, because now we're going to take them off. We're going to chain 3, do a slip stitch where we join those double crochets together, and chain 3, and back into that single crochet in the first round with a slip stitch. And we're going to do that in each of the 5 single crochets around. So I've got 2 done. So doing these flat little flowers, if you wanted the centers to be a different color, of course, you would just do all the single crochets with a different color yarn. Then you would join a second color to do the petals. If you don't want to do that and you're putting it on a journal cover, you could put a button in the center and sew it down with the button. You could sew the flower down and put some blingy things, you know, those sticker gems or whatever in them. I'm going to have a whack load of yellow flowers. Whoop. Don't split the yarn. That's 4. And this is the last one. And then I will show you what this flower looks like. So this is the same flower with a bit of a variation. That's all. Wait a minute. Just making sure I am where I am. It looks kind of funny. Like a clown funny, not, you know. Okay, this is the last petal. Chain 3, do the picot. Slip stitch in that stitch. Really, Kim? Goodness. All right, then you chain 3. Slip stitch in where you started. Oh, missed it. Missed it. This one. Do a chain stitch, cut it, pull it. That one almost looks like a little star flower. Just trying to get the ends out of the way. So that's a cute little flower. Now, like I say, if you were putting this down on a page, in the journal, it's nice and flat. You could get away with that. It's probably as thick as you would want to do, a thin yarn, because of the bulk, right? But if you were putting it on a cover, you could put a button in the middle. And how cute is that? You could use a smaller button. I do have smaller buttons someplace. Look, I even have like a little heart-shaped button. And that would be a very cute add-on for a cover. Oh, am I still here? There we go. So that is a basic flower with a variation. And again, if you want to do 6 petals, 8 petals, 10 petals, 14 petals, this is the way to do it. When you do the original ring, that's what you do, is you add those additional petals. So is that clear as mud? Does anybody have any questions about that? I think it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Each of them is very cute in their own way. Of course, like I say, if you do the centers in one color, it's a totally different look. But I like the variation in the shapes, right? Okay, so let's do the next flower. Miss Flower, Miss Flower, Miss Flower. That's from a radio commercial here. All right. So now we're going to do a different flower. And it's going to kind of start off the same. We're going to do 6 petals on this one. So it's going to be magic ring or chain 3, slip stitch 2, form ring. Got it? Got it. Again, I'm going to use the magic ring because I'd like to try and pull my centers as tight as I can. And sometimes when I do it with a chain stitch, I don't know exactly where the hole in the ring is. I usually end up going inside a stitch. Okay, so I've joined it, chain 1, and what did I say? 6 petals. So we're going to do 6 single crochet in the ring. And then we're going to pull the thing tight and slip stitch to form ring. Make sure that you go into the stitch and not the chain up, because that will confuse you when it comes down to it. Okay, so then we're going to do chain 1, 6 single crochet in ring, slip stitch in first single crochet. So we've got 6 stitches. Whee! Okay, so it's a nice tiny itty bitty center. This one I probably would change colors, but I don't have a lightweight white here to do the petals. This is going to be more like a daisy kind of a flower. Are you taking notes? All right. Am I making it confusing, Sherry, or not? Just checking. Okay. So now we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Now we're going to work our way backwards. Let's just write that down. Chain 6. Then you're going to single crochet in second chain from hook. And that's our step up, right? Because we're going back down that chain with single crochets. So in order for it not to be all googly on the end, we're going to leave that chain 1 and do a single crochet in the second chain from hook. And along the other 5 single crochets. Four crochets, sorry. There's 5 single crochets in total. Beep. That's them. And then you're going to slip stitch into the original stitch. So then you'll have petals like this. Okay, so chain 6, single crochet in second chain from hook, single crochet along chain, that's 5 single crochets, slip stitch in single crochet you started in. And then you're going to slip stitch in next single crochet of center, right? And you're going to repeat this chain stitch back to there. And you're going to do that all the way around. So we're going to end up with all those petals. 6 petals on this one. Okay, so I did the, oh, see, I haven't been running the yarn through. That's okay. I can pick it up now. Okay, so I've got my slip stitch. We're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Leave the first one, single crochet in 5 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slip stitch into that single crochet that you were in. Oh, you know what? I just did that all in the one that I just did the first one in. Ha ha ha, I didn't slip stitch into the next stitch. See? Not everybody, even I goof. Okay, so slip stitch in the next stitch, Kim. We're doing this. Sorry, guys, doing it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1. 5 single crochet down the chain. 3. Now, this is like that other flower. If you want to have 14, 15, 16 petals going around, that's how many single crochets you do in your original circle. There we go. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope I am explaining this so that it's easy enough for those of you who have an interest in this, how to catch on. Then slip stitch where you started, slip stitch in the next one. Again, chain 6. And work your way back. Also, if you want these petals longer, just add more chain stitches. Just add more stitches. Ten's a nice number. I find, though, that the longer these petals are, the less likely they are to stay flat for you. And the last one. Yep, this is the last one. Now, of course, if you are finding that you've got a bit of a gap between where you started doing the petals, like on the main center, if you've got that bit of a gap, slip stitch into the first stitch again. Don't just finish off in the stitch that you're in, actually slip stitch into the next one. See here, I've got that little bit of a gap. I'm just going to go into that stitch and do a slip stitch before I end off, just to pull it in that little bit tighter so it doesn't look like there's such a big gap. You had a hard time following it? Oh, okay. Well, maybe this is going to help you figure out how to follow it. I'm hoping. So again, that's more like a star kind of flower. But you can see how if you've got like 8 or 10 of these, it's going to look more like a daisy. But again, you know, it's totally different looking than that one. So it's always a basic start off. However many stitches you put around your ring is how many. Oh, look, I got all kinds of yarn bits in my coffee. Oh, fiber. My goodness. However many petals you want, that's how you're going, however many stitches you're going to put in your center ring. It's not often that flower patterns will call for using 2 stitches. And of course, you know, there's a lot of different ways to do it. But I think that this is going to give you a nice little bit of a start on different shaped flowers. And you know, the more petals you add, the bigger the flower. This one, the more chain stitches you do, the bigger the flower. These ones, if you do treble crochets, the bigger the flower. They're all going to be different looking in appearance, but they're very basic and simple to do. Questions, anyone? I'm going to drink my fibrous coffee. Anyone? Questions? No? Okay. So now we're going to do some leaves. And the thing with the leaves, there's a lot of different ways to do leaves, of course. But you guys know that. And you can even do Yeah, could be used as a starfish. Or this one. You know, I don't, I see flowers because they're fuzzy. But no, you're right. That, you know, and they're just very nice and simple. Very nice and simple to do. And they're basic stitches, right? There's nothing really fancy about them. They're just basic stitches. So even if you did this one with the 8, right? 8 petals, but you know, join the 2 crochets and do a picot on it, 8 stitches, that'd be very pretty too. The trick to remember though is using a chain stitch and going back into the stitch that you were working in, because you want it to be separate petals. Okay, see, I'm pulling that tighter, right, to make the center tight, and now it gives the flower even a different appearance. It's just like a big kind of ruffly. And then, like I say, you just stitch these down onto something, or you hot glue them onto a hidden paper clip. You could have these all over the place. And of course, any kind of yarn, from crochet cotton to really, really bulky, you're going to get different textures and different ways of looking at them, right? Okay, let's do some leaves. So I'm just going to show you a basic leaf pattern. We're going to chain for this. We're not going to do magic stitch. We're going to chain. So we are going to chain 8. And you want them reasonably loose. So you've got a nice little chain of 8. Hey, Carol, welcome, welcome. We are playing crocheted flowers and leaves. So this one we are going to chain 8. Now, what we're going to do is second loop from the hook, second chain, you're going to do a single crochet. Okay. You know what, Sherry? I don't know that. I think though, when you're doing flowers, you want to be that little bit looser, because you're going back into the stitches a few times. Carol is another enabler. I watched her Friday morning before I streamed, and she's doing Fiber Fridays. So, of course, I had to pull out my stitching stuff. You guys, if I don't watch you, it's not because I don't like you. It's because you guys enable me to do things that I have enough projects, Does that make sense? I don't mean to be rude, but I have ADHD and I go down the rabbit hole. I get sucked into that rabbit hole. Like I say, now I'm doing the scavenger hunt. I'm doing the playing with Carol Friday mornings. I'm really interested in seeing how she's putting stitches together. I'm really interested in the bobbin lace. And I'm doing that temperature blanket. Okay, back to this. Single crochet in the second chain from hook. You're crocheting a bear while I'm making flowers? Awesome. Have you seen my little kittens that I do? Let me grab a kitten. Let me grab a kitten and one of my little birds. I think you've seen my little birds. I call them little peckers, much to the dismay of very many viewers. It's all tangled. Tangled. Let go. Let go. So I saw kittens online and I had to copy them. You're having dinner? Awesome. And they were making these little kittens, but every single piece had to be made separately and sewn on. So I created a pattern where it's all one piece. I don't have to add anything. I just develop the pattern where it's all one piece. And of course, I paint the eyes on, give them some whiskers. And I paint the nose and mouth on. But so kittens. And then I have these little bitsy birds. And they're supposed to be Christmas tree ornaments, but they never made it to my tree. And so basically, it's a little crocheted ball, crocheted wings and tail feathers with a bead for a beak. He's got some little hairs sticking out the top. And then Google eyes. So this is what happens. This is what happens to me. I watch somebody else and they are doing something and I just take a right turn. We're doing a leaf here. Okay. So in the next single crochet, we're going to do a half double crochet. Okay. Second chain from hook, then half double crochet in next chain, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets, like 1 in each stitch. Double crochet in next 3 chain. Yeah, I went on bird making kick for a while. How big's your bear, Carol? Then we're going to do a half double crochet. Oh, look, I've got a loop. I'm just going to pull back because I dropped a layer of yarn here. It split on me. Not good. I'm using a hook that's a bit small. My other hooks are upstairs. Carol, how big is your bear? Is he a flat bear or is he going to be a stuffed bear? Oh, again, split. That's what happens if your hook is too small. You could split your ear to toe, 16-inch. Oh, that's a nice size bear. Very nice size bear. Okay, so then you do the half double crochet. And then in single crochet. Oh my goodness, I can't even spell. Last single crochet. So it's going to give you this kind of a shape. Now you could leave the leaf like that. That's a perfectly cute little leaf. It's got a bit of a curvature. Beautiful little leaf. But we're going to flip it and go back along the other side. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1. We're going to go into where we did the single crochet and do a single crochet. Chain 1, flip, single crochet in, chain where you did the last single crochet, and we're going to do the same pattern, right? So we did a single crochet. Now we're going to do a half double crochet. We're just working on the opposite side of the chain now. Half double crochet, 3 double crochets, oi. Okay, I did the last single crochet. So let's just put in here, opposite side of chain. Does that make sense to you guys? Then you're going to do half double crochet, 3 double crochet, half double crochet, single crochet down that side of the chain. Oh, my printing's goofy. Along. Does that make sense? So you're going back the way, just on the other side of the chain. Double crochet, single crochet. Now what you're going to do is where you have this step up chain. This is the tricky part. Where we did the step up chain to do the single crochet, we're going to slip stitch in that. Does that make sense? Slip stitch in, starting step up chain. Okay. First chain is step up. Does that make sense to you guys? Now, if you want the yarn to be where your first yarn started, okay, Miriam, sweet dreams, hon. Thank you, thank you. If you want it to be where you started, you just slip stitch all the way down the chain, right? So you kind of turn and you just slip stitch all the way along the chain. Gives a nice stem effect, or the center stem effect as well. But you don't need to do this. It's up to you. When you get to the end, chain a stitch, and off. Hi, Diane. Nice to see you. Okay, so if you slip stitch down the center, and then you end at the same place. Okay, so you could do this leaf just singly many times, right? So you have a bunch of single leaves. Now, we're going to make them into these. Oh, where did it go? These ones. So when you get to the other end on, it's the same leaf, but instead of going down the center with the single crochet, good morning, it's afternoon here, but morning where you are. What time in the morning is it there? It's 1:50 in the afternoon here. Oh, 5 a.m. Okay, I see you now. Yeah, it's too hard for mathing and reading. I get you. So instead of doing that single crochet as a vein down, what you do is you would just get to that point, do another 7 crochet, 8 chain stitch, and do it the same thing. And you do that 2 more times, and you get a little cluster of 3 leaves. Does that make sense? You can see where they're kind of all joined in the middle. I guess you could always do this, right, with the chain stitch, and then do another leaf, and then it's got the, can't see on the dark yarn? Yeah, the dark yarn is brutal. So then what I would do is at this end, I would crochet 8, chain 8, and do another leaf, and they would be joined together. And then when you get back to this end, you would kind of go into this stitch again and another 8, and then they're all joined. But because I did this slip stitch row down the center, I could still do the same thing, except that the next leaf, my slip stitch would probably end there. So it's, you just kind of have to play with it. Single leaf, you could do the slip stitch down the center. These ones, I would not, because you would end up at this end. Okay? So that's those leaves. Now, let's do these leaves. So we're going to start by chaining 5. Do I need to write this down? I could do. So we're going to chain 5. Of course, this is worsted weight yarn, so these little flowers look cute with it, but the leaves are way heavy. This is worsted weight, but it's also using a smaller hook. So I could probably get away with doing a couple of flowers with that leaf. Okay, so we're going to chain 5. Now we're going to chain 8 because we're going to do this leaf, right? We're going to do that same kind of leaf. Chain 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to second one from hook, chain 5, then chain 8, make leaf from previous page. Sorry, I hit my, it makes sense? Okay. So now if we did 5, now we're doing the 8. So we skip the first one. Single crochet. And again, if you want to change this so that you want triple crochets, treble crochets in the middle to make it wider, you could do a double crochet, a half triple crochet, a triple crochet, and then work your way back down. Look at this. Look at the floaties I got in my tea. Coffee. I don't know what that is even. Yuck. Okay, so I did a single crochet, first double crochet. 1, 2, 3 double crochets, half double crochet, and a single crochet. Now, like I said, you could leave that leaf just the way it is. That's a cute little leaf. Or you could do it this way, right? You would chain 1 and go in the bottom of the chain that you just did. Single crochet, half double crochet, double crochets, 3 double crochets, half double crochet, single crochet. Oh, split that yarn. Let's pull that back. Grab it. Okay, single crochet. Did that. Now again, we're going to do a, no, I didn't. Slip. Kim's confused because she split that yarn and her rhythm got thrown. Oh my goodness. Okay, single crochet. Oh, you just want to keep splitting in that spot now. Got it. Now we're going to do the slip stitch in that turning chain on the end. Chain 1, and we're going to slip stitch down the center of this. Ooh. I guess I need to do that on screen. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to go in the center and pull up slip stitches. Whoop. Again, this all depends on how heavy you want your stems and leaves to be. Now, when you get to the end, you are going to slip stitch in the chain 5. Okay? Okay, Carol, thanks for popping in. Great to see you. Does that make sense? So you do the leaf, you go down. Now you do another chain 5, or however many you want. And then another chain 8, and you add another leaf. And that's how you do this kind of thing. To have a leaf chain. The other way you can do it, instead of doing it on both sides of the leaf, is you can come back and do a slip stitch just down the other side, and then your leaf will end there as well. It's up to you, Play, guys. You just need to play. Okay, so we're going to do another leaf. Let's add the 8. 1, 2. Don't split the yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Skip the first chain stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, half double crochet in the next, double crochet in the next 3, half double crochet in the next chain, single crochet in the next one, chain 1, go back along those chain stitches that you just made the first half of the leaf. So the very first one, you go and you do a single crochet, half double crochet in the next chain stitch. Am I going too fast? Can you guys see that? 3 double crochets. As I say, if you want them wider, you can do trebles. Just make sure you've got extra chains and room to do the steps up to it. Step ups and step downs. Hey, Belinda, nice. I'm going shopping after my stream. I like to shop the first Tuesday of the month because it's 10% Tuesday. Slip stitch into the chain, step up, chain 1, slip stitch down the center of the leaf. We're doing flowers and leaves. Those of the ladies that crochet. I know that crochet is not one of your favorites, but I appreciate you being here. Okay, so you get to the end of the leaf, and then the chain stitch that joined it to the other leaf, you do a slip stitch in the very last chain. And then you continue on, chain 5, or however much room you want between your leaves. And you could make a very long leaf chain that way. As I was saying, if you use the little stuff, I saw where people were dangling it, using it as dangles down there from their journals. And they turn out really cute. You put a little flower or 2 on, or you could do, if you've got, what are they, like those fake berries or whatever, you could add berries, whatever. Was this a good enough explanation? Like, did you catch it? Is there anything you want me to repeat? Anyone? So this would look good with the bigger flowers, of course. It's kind of cute. Okay, here's a thought. Instead of doing another chain 5 and making a dangly kind of chain, let's just do another leaf, because I like it with this flower. And then I'll have 2 leaves on this side and 1 on that. I know. No. Okay, let's just do another leaf right off of this one. And I'm going to attach to that flower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Leave the first one. Single crochet. Half double crochet. 3 double crochets. I've been looking for ways to close my journals, Belinda, and I've decided I really like these Horkin huge flowers or the butterflies and putting them on hidden paper clips. Oh, I'm glad you're here too. Half double crochet, single crochet, chain 1. Oops, split the yarn. Let's not split the yarn. Chain 1. And we work our way up the chain on the other side. Three double crochets. Now, if you want a bit fancier leaf, you can always do some picots down the side or do a slip stitch in one stitch, a single crochet in the next, slip stitch, single crochet, and that will give you a bit of a ragged edge. Not ragged, what's it called? Tooth looking, the sawtooth leaves. I know what they're called. There's a certain word for that. Now I'm going to go and do the slip stitches down the center. Oh wait, don't split the yarn. And into where the two leaves join together. I'll do a slip stitch there so that they're all connected nicely. Did a chain stitch, let's cut it off. Oh, I didn't leave a very long. That's okay. So now I have one leaf separate and two leaves together. And I'm going to use it for this flower so that I've got a leaf sticking out this side and two out that side. I think that's kind of cute. So then what I do is I just take the ends and I weave them in the flower itself. And that'll be a cute Horkin huge journal. Look at the yarn bits in my drink. Silliness. So that's about all I have to show you guys today. I just wanted to give a quick tutorial on how to do a simple flower in many ways. Leaves, the same thing. So yeah, if I put that on a hidden paper clip, then I do just a long kind of a chain thing and maybe some leaves down it or whatever to wrap around the journal, that would be a really cute closure. And then you just take the thing and kind of wrap it underneath. You know what? That would probably be the perfect closure for this because it's the big purple flower. It would be at the side though because it would be the hidden paper clip and then the wrap. I think that'd be the perfect closure for this journal. That's going to be the journal closure for that. So yeah, I would like to thank everybody for being here. I know it's been a short video today or a short live. Um, Becca is streaming. If you guys want to meander on over and visit with Becca and Dana, they're streaming right now too. Again, there's various little flowers. I wrote down the directions and I hope they're not too confusing. There's the single leaf direction, and then basically you just join it by chains. So I would like to thank everybody for being here, everybody in the balcony, anybody who watches. You need a purple flower? Belinda, do you need a purple flower? A Horkin flower or a little bit flatter? I have a darker purple yarn too that I'm making slug legs or caterpillar legs. I'm back working on that project too. That's why I apologize for the purple journal. Yeah, this one's purple. That matches it pretty good. Yeah, I'm apologizing to anybody who's streaming. I'm going to step away from watching other people just for a little while because I need to get the scavenger hunt done and a couple of other projects that have been kicking around for a couple of years that really do need to get complete without me going down additional rabbit holes. So, yeah. Friday, we're watercoloring. Jean sent me a picture of something completely different. We're going to do watercolor dolls, people, things. Watercolor practice on Friday. And then on Sunday, we're doing snippet rolls or strips or whatever we like to make snippets out of. I was saying that these cute little flowers would look lovely on a snippet roll. If we were doing fabric ones, they would be fun to have flowers to use. These ones, too, as I was saying, would be good inside a journal. This one's still a little thick, but these kind would be really cute inside a journal. They don't take up too much. They're about the thickness of a bunch of, 5 pieces of paper. So I wouldn't necessarily add them to a cluster, but I might just do a leaf or something in the corner. So anyway, once again, thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Any questions about the flowers, please shoot me a message, either here or Meet Your Creativity or IG. And, Sherry sent me a message. Were you crocheting along with me, hun? Oh, pattern in an old magazine? What's the pattern? Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Not sure what he is. Is it a bunny? What is that, Sherry? I can't read the pattern. What is that? Oh, it looks navy blue on your screen. No, it's purple. Better? Can you see it better now? All right. So take care, everybody. I will be going live at 12:40. It's a hippo? Okay. A house hippo. Oh, I'm going to have to see if I can sharpen that up. I would love to make a new house hippo. I've just got a little itty bitty one. Everybody needs a house hippo. Okay. Hugs to you guys all. I need something without floaties in it to drink. And I will see you guys Friday and maybe in other people's chat rooms. We'll see. All right. Hugs now. Take care, everyone. Thanks for being here. Bye now.